Am I the asshole? For those of you who don't know, this is the name of a popular subreddit where people give their stories and scenarios about things that they've gone through. And effectively, at the end, they're asking if the role they played in these scenarios, in fact, makes them the asshole. So, thought we'd have some fun today, and I'm going to react to these scenarios and give my verdict at the very end on whether or not it is that I believe they are, in fact, the asshole. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my best friend's wedding after she asked me to give up my role as a bridesmaid because of my wedding weight loss? Sounds like it's going to be interesting. Let's keep going. I've, 28-year-old female, been friends with Jess, 29-year-old female, for years, and we've been through a lot together. Congrats to you. After a certain age, it's very hard to make friends, let alone keep them. So when you got a little something, keep it going. When she got engaged, she asked me to be one of her bridesmaids. I was thrilled, but at the time, I wasn't happy with my weight. So I committed to losing some pounds before the wedding. Okay, sounds reasonable. Fast forward 6 months, and I've lost over 50 pounds through diet and exercise. Congrats to you. Most people will never lose that kind of weight in their entire lives. It turns out most people simply do not have the drive, tenacity, or focus to even lose half of that. So if that's something you were able to accomplish, especially trying to be your best self going into a wedding, I commend you. But being that this is the subject of a Reddit thread, I get the slight suspicion that your friend will not feel the same way. But let's keep going. When Jess saw my progress, she pulled me aside and asked if I can step down from the bridesmaid role because she felt I might look too good next to her and the other bridesmaids. You know that you're gonna have some haters sometimes, but what you hope is that the haters are not your family members or your closest friends, which at a certain point become your family members. This is kind of a wild request. Like immediately it's a wild request, but let's keep going. She said it would make her feel insecure and the photos might look awkward. Okay. Okay, I mean, okay. Look, she's honest. We'll give her that. We'll give her that much. She's being honest. I was shocked and really hurt, especially since I worked hard to lose the weight and was proud of my progress, as you should be. Do not let anyone shame you into getting healthy. That is the most ridiculously absurd thing I've ever seen/heard in my entire life. I told her I wasn't comfortable with that and I didn't want to be part of the wedding if she couldn't accept me as I am. Okay, some tension in the friendship here. Now she's upset with me and says I'm being selfish and making her day about me. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend the wedding if I'm not allowed to be the bridesmaid anymore? Short answer, no, you're not the asshole. And I actually think your friend's the bigger asshole for even asking you to do this. I have a couple thoughts here. The first is that I find it weird that your friend didn't actually take inspiration from your weight loss journey. I mean, she's the one getting married, and most of the time when people are getting married, they look to show up at their best. Someone's marriage a lot of the times, or their wedding photos, is a snapshot at a point in their lives, the beginning of their marriage, where they try to start things on the right foot. So it's usually very unexpected that someone would go into it without trying to do some type of diet, some type of weight plan, skincare routine. People try to do things to look good on their weddings. So I'm very surprised that one, she did not take inspiration from you and try to lose the weight herself. And then two, got upset that you lost the weight. I find it very upsetting. Friends, family, they're supposed to be supportive when you are making improvements in your life. So I would say you're not the asshole if you don't want to go, but I would actually still encourage you to go. At the end of the day, this is your best friend, and this is actually her big day. This is her wedding. And though you have some beef with what it is that she's asking of you, I think you still support her and you show up, even if it isn't as a bridesmaid. And you can hash out those differences with her ridiculous request the next day, or give her a few days to get through the honeymoon at least. I will say this though, I get a weird inkling suspicion that had you gained 50 pounds rather than lost 50 pounds, she probably wouldn't have asked you to step down as a bridesmaid. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Am I the asshole for wanting to walk my sister down the aisle at her wedding, even though my wife thinks it's disrespectful to our marriage? My wife and I have been married for 2 years and together for 4. Congrats. Happy marriage. Now for some context. When I started casually seeing my wife and we weren't serious, I asked my sister for her opinion, and my sister didn't think she was right for me and that I deserved someone much better than her. Okay. Families have their opinions on your significant others. It's like that sometimes. Things don't always go as smoothly as you'd might like, but it's what it is. She said my wife was too high energy and would take too much out of me, and I deserve someone laid back and on the same wavelength as me. Okay, fair enough. I did take my sister's opinion serious, so I wasn't really serious about dating my wife. But there was just that spark there. And a few months later, my wife and I started seriously dating and were no longer casual. My sister was very happy for me because at the end of the day, she wants to see me happy. And you see, that's reasonable. She had her opinion. She had her thoughts, but at the end of the day, when she saw how you interacted with your now wife, then girlfriend, and noticed that things were working out, she supported you and she kept it going. So far, I don't see anything too crazy here. Now, the reason I say all of this is because my wife and I were having a casual conversation last month. It was romantic and we were pretty drunk. Okay. Okay. I thought it'd be funny to bring up what my sister initially thought of her, but after my wife heard it, she was shocked and called my sister a snake. Wait a minute. You thought it'd be funny to bring up the thoughts that your sister had of your wife? Oh man. All right. This guy already sounds like he is 7 types of stupid. All right, let's finish up here. I told my wife she was overreacting and to calm down, but my wife just got sort of heated. Oh man. You really thought that would be funny? I'm very curious as to what this guy's sense of humor is. Hey, let me tell you something real quick. This should be really funny. It's possible that my sister thought you were terrible for me and that we actually shouldn't even be together. And in fact, I took her opinion in the beginning so serious that I didn't even look at you as a serious person. So when we actually got serious, I was surprised. Ain't that funny?
Hey pal, you just blowing from stupid town?
7 types of stupid. The next day, my wife did cool down. She said she overreacted and that she would still be cordial with my sister. Okay, because that's family now, so makes sense. But she doesn't want me to walk my sister down the aisle at her marriage because she thinks it's disrespectful to our marriage. All right, that's a bit much. You can feel a way about past and prior thoughts, but disrespectful to the marriage now because of opinion that she had about your wife before you guys were actually serious while you were dating. She's overreacting for seriously making that request. I'll say that much. For context, my sister is getting married next year and she asked me to walk her down the aisle, even though she's my twin and she's your twin. Okay. Even though she's my twin and the same age as me, I took a more protector/provider role since our father passed away when we were really young. Yeah. I mean, you gotta walk her down. It's totally reasonable, totally expected, totally fair. My sister is really serious about wanting me to walk her down the aisle, and she even aligned her wedding date around the time of the year I'm most free. When my wife told me she doesn't want me to walk my sister down the aisle, I told her there's no way that's happening. We're still having a lot of discussions on it, but I'm not budging. Am I the asshole? I guess it depends what you're asking, what you're the asshole for. For example, if you're asking, are you the asshole for wanting to walk your sister down the aisle? Well, the answer is no. That's your twin sister. You took a provider/protector role for her ever since your dad passed away. And if not you, who else would it be to walk your sister down the aisle? But to get to the reason why this is even a problem in the first place, Yes, you are absolutely an asshole for even bringing this up to your wife in the first place. It makes no sense to bring up prior discussions that have no positive impact in the future of your marriage, especially when your sister doesn't even feel that way about your wife currently. All you did was create unnecessary static and beef between your sister and your wife for no reason. And though I don't think you had malicious intentions, because again, you said you was vibing, I think you need to be a little bit more discerning about what information you divulge to your wife, especially when it comes to your family, because you are the bridge between your wife and your siblings. You have to be smart in managing those relationships and don't say stupid, unnecessary things that can fray and fracture those relationships. So final verdict, are you the asshole? Yes. On to the next one. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother crash at my place after he lost his job? My younger brother, mid-20s, recently lost his job and asked if he could stay at my apartment for a while until he gets back on his feet. Normally, I'd say yes without hesitation, but we've been down this road before. The last time he stayed with me, he left a mess everywhere, didn't contribute to any expenses, and stayed for almost 8 months when he initially said it'd only be a month or two. See, I already had a feeling it was gonna be something like that. This dude has terrible guest etiquette. And what does that mean exactly? Well, if you spent the night, you didn't mess up the place. It means you cleaned up after yourself. It means you actually took the time to be considerate of how they might feel about what you do within their space. It means you acted in a way where they would not mind inviting you back. Everyone can be made better if you as a guest just keep these things in mind and you ask simple questions and get clarity. Seems like that's not what happened here. Let's keep going. We're almost wrapped up. I told him no this time, explaining that I can't afford to support him again and that I need my space. He got upset and called me selfish, saying that family is supposed to help each other in tough times. My parents also think I'm being unreasonable, but I feel like I'm just setting boundaries to avoid a repeat of last time. So this is a simple one. Are you the asshole for not wanting to support your brother this time around? I'd say no. Very simply. Very, very simply. You're not the asshole because he did not have good guest etiquette. He didn't contribute in any way, shape, or form. And I understand if he doesn't have money, maybe he can't contribute financially, but like he could cook or clean, right? He could do yard work. He can do whatever chores around the house need to get done. He needs to just make himself useful. And if he didn't do that, then I understand why it is that you don't want to host him again. I will say this though. In terms of what your family was saying about family being there for him, I'd ask, how much times were you in this arrangement before? Again, I don't think you're the asshole for saying no, but did you communicate with him your feelings in reference to his stay last time? Because if you didn't tell him how you felt, and these are all the things you're feeling and you're upset about, and you're just telling us on Reddit, then you didn't do a good job communicating what you felt he could have done better. That still doesn't give him a right to your place, but I feel like you probably owe him that much if you didn't say it before. And if you did, and things are what they are, then your parents could take them. So, problem solved. Hope this helps, guys. Anyways, that's my perspective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. Guys, I'm going to be trying some new things with this channel. Up to this point, I just haven't been consistent enough, but I think I just want to try to do a little bit of everything to get a feel for what it is I really want to do here on YouTube. So let me know what it is you like to see from me, whether you enjoy the more serious topics or the more lighthearted ones like today, or if you like the mixture of both. Let me know. I'm going to be trying basically everything over the next couple of videos. So yeah, should be fun. So until next time, YouTube, peace.